women want to be victims. So my question is, do they want to be victims or are they victimized?
Women being victims gets validation, gets their confirmation bias, it gets them attention.
Women are not out here using victimhood as some type of tool. Being a victim is not celebratory. You don't get some type of accolade for being a victim. Women are not out here crying wolf just to get people to support them, and it feels good. Like, who told you that?
That's funny. She is the lady who faked her own death too. That's exactly what she did.
2 moments later.
When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left me to die in a damn hotel. Most of the mothers who are out here living off Section 8 vouchers are living in poverty-stricken environments filled with crime, drugs, alcohol, and bad education. I get $264 a month garnished from my son's father's pay. So the mothers who are out here living off Section 8 vouchers are living in poverty-stricken environments. When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left me to die in a damn hotel.
Okay, that sounds like victimhood to me. Oh, and before we get started,
it is. That's so true.
This is the same woman that literally faked her death on TikTok. Just type in Sansaray Monique fakes her own death and you'll see it yourself. And she did it for attention. So you're telling me a woman that faked her own death, that isn't victimhood for attention? The victimhood that I talk about women creating for themselves and enjoying being a part of is not victimhood in particular. It's single motherhood. Think about this. Do you think with all this stuff that she's talking about, her going through?
When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left me to die in a damn hotel.
Do you think she would have been going through it if she did not have 2 children by 2 different dudes?
That's a problem.
It's a question. So when it comes to victimhood that women put themselves in on purpose, it's usually them having fatherless babies. And now, like she says, we got to live in poverty-stricken neighborhoods and whatever else. That sounds like victimhood to me. And they're quick to say, I didn't choose to be a single mother, but you become a single mother more than one time, twice. See, if you're a single mother.
He's an asshole.
And you have one kid, and your kid is like 11 or 16 or something. I can understand that. But some of you, keyword, some of you, done turn around and did it all over again. And you don't think you're the cause of you doing something over and over again. How? So if you don't like me saying that some women, not all women, enjoy being victims, what is having multiple babies by different dudes? What is that? Because if I turn around and go to prison and then get out of prison and then turn around and go to prison again and then get out of prison and then go back to prison, wouldn't you say I kind of enjoy either crimes or either going to prison? One of the two. There's something there, right? Oh, I know, because it gets you attention. In this particular video, with her whining about all this stuff that she's talking about.
When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left
he got this shit on replay.
Me to die in a damn hotel.
Don't you think she's getting enjoyment out of the empathy, the likes, the views, the comments? Oh my God, I too was a single mother. I understand, queen. Hold your head up, girl. We got you, girl. We understand, girl. Isn't that attention? Tell me if I'm wrong. But isn't likes, views, comments that agree with you, and comments that empathize with your situation attention? Or am I wrong?
Every time I see this bull-headed bankrupt, bitter, brainless bully, number one, there are 11 million single parents.
Got some nerds gonna talk about the bald head. Mr. Let It Go, we on the same team. Don't you mention our bald heads.
Homes inside of the United States, and 80% of those homes are led by women. Black women are the most educated group, and when you see those graduates.
Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all seen my shirt. My nephew gave me this shirt for his birthday. Yeah. Killosaurus.
Which most of the time they're single mothers.
So let's talk about this first. The most misunderstood statistic in America is black women are the most educated people in America. 2 things. 1, who cares? Because just because you're educated doesn't mean you're actually making the money that your education was promising you. The majority of people who graduated from college.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, was just going for a drive, which is wild because up until very recently,
Nobody
the thought of
cares about
driving more
you,
than
fake
5
Spider-Man.
aren't even in the field that they actually studied in college. And the second thing is a reason why black women are the most educated, because the other cultures, the other races have husbands. They don't have to go get 5 different degrees in order to make a living because they're by themselves. They have a husband. A husband. So the other races of women don't have to do all this stuff. They got a husband. So you, Miss Single Mother, have to go get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different degrees in order to make $45,000, $50,000. The majority of these educated single mothers got at least 3 degrees. Why? Because one, she realized when she got her first bachelor's degree that took 4 years to actually get, and now she's like $45,000 in debt. She can only make $32,000 with that bachelor's degree, because so many black women are educated where y'all have literally saturated the workplace where now you got to get 2 more degrees in order to make over $50,000, which means now you got about $70,000 in school loans that you haven't paid back.
17% of black women create and lead businesses. That's significantly more than other races of women. And out of all of those women in business, guess how many of them are single mothers?
17%
Oh, he might say it. Give me a second.
of black women create and lead businesses. Why are these women working so hard? I want y'all to think about that. It's not necessarily.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, so yeah, all them lead businesses. Yeah, she didn't tell you how much their business is worth. She didn't say how much they're worth. I already seen how much they're worth. The motherfuckers ain't worth a goddamn thing. Like a goddamn thing. I think most of their businesses not even like actual business things. It's like online because they consider those businesses. So I think a lot of them only make like 2,000. It's like a low number, and I'm talking about yearly. It's like a low ass number. So yeah, when you hear that and they don't say the number, businesses they make money. So you should tell me the number that you're stating right now.
Really a good thing. You got 8 degrees and you're creating and leading all these businesses. Do you think women really want to do all of this? No, they're doing it for survival. Why? Because they can't get a husband. They done started their family backwards where they got 2 baby daddies and no husband. And now these counterproductive women are looking.
I just want them to just pay attention to the thing. If they're leading in businesses, like, I don't know if she even says successful businesses. Give me a second. I gotta go back. Let me hear.
Paid back.
17% of black women create and lead businesses. That's significantly more than other races of women. And out of all of those women in business, guess how many of them are single mothers?
Yeah, she didn't say successful. It was not successful businesses. They just lead businesses. That right there that's already told you what it is. Go look it up. Already did. Look it up, nigga. Like, shouts out to Time Sotomayor for that. But go look it up. They actually do that. Their business don't make no money. But you know, man, I guess I'm an asshole though.
17% of black women create and lead businesses. Why are these women working so hard? I want y'all to think about that. It's not necessarily a good thing. You got 8 degrees and you're creating and leading all these businesses. Do you think women really want to do all of this? No, they're doing it for survival. Why? Because they can't get a husband. They done started their family backwards where they got 2 baby daddies and no husband. And now these counterproductive women are looking for a husband after they don't have their kids. That don't make no sense. So this is the reason why so many of y'all are educated and got 3, 4 jobs and all this other stuff, because you have to, because nobody wants you, because
it's not true. Once again, if you go by the average earning of a lady, the average they're underneath men. The average black man makes more money than the average lady. Then we have to say, so we're saying that the average black guy has 2 to 3 jobs. until they just surpass our numbers by great amounts. And I want everybody to know, motherfucker, there's only 24 hours in a day. And if you got a kid, literally, oh, you work this many jobs. Okay, so you pay for somebody to watch your kid, unless you give it to your mother. And I don't respect that shit. I don't respect it. Let's keep going.
Because nobody wants you. It's not a good thing. You're not a man. We men are supposed to do all this stuff, not you. But like I said, since you decided to start your family without a husband, now you put yourself in a position where you have to operate as a woman and a man instead of just a woman. But all that would have been taken care of if what? You would have required marriage before you start running around having fatherless babies.
Contrary to what most of y'all believe, government assistance is not some come up. Most single mothers prefer going to work instead. Sitting around getting some chump change from the government is not the best option for a single mother.
Well, in all honesty, single mothers don't prefer to work. They have to work because they've stupided themselves into a corner where the only way they're going to survive and not end up homeless. And speaking of homeless,
That's true. I was actually gonna say, it was like they prefer to work. No, they don't. You don't. Women don't prefer to work. They actually say most women, like most women that they just go out and get jobs, they get divorces. Not most, my fault. More didn't. Okay, I'll just say the numbers. If y'all have a family and your wife goes get a job to help with the income, it's more likely she's gonna divorce you. As soon as she start bringing money in, so y'all can meet the ends meet, they say it's so sure that y'all gonna get a divorce. So that should just let you know they don't want to work.
homeless, aren't black women the most evicted group of people in the entire United States?
That's true.
Look it up. But my point is, you actually would like to not work. Who wants to work? But like I said, you don't
There's men that want to work. It's very sad, but there's men.
prefer to work. You have to work in order to survive because you ruined your own life before you've gotten a husband.
Most of the mothers who are out here living off Section 8 vouchers are living in poverty-stricken environments filled with crime, drugs, alcohol, and bad education.
So she says most women who are living
Who the hell was that beside her who said,
on Section 8 are living in poverty-stricken environments. My question to you is, why did you put yourself in that situation? How about you focus on getting your life together before you have a baby? Because it's not about being on Section 8, being in poverty-stricken environments. Most likely you were in a poverty-stricken environment before you had the baby. So now you're trying to blame being in poverty on your child. No, you're in poverty because you are in poverty. It has nothing to do with Section 8 and has nothing to do with your child. It has a lot to do with your decisions. But like I said, if you would have required a man to marry you before you start running around having babies, would you be in poverty then?
So the mothers who are out here
most likely, yes. If you want to go by like the actual numbers, most likely, yes. Because you're saying like you had like they have work ethic. If you're not a hard worker, you technically gonna probably be in poverty anyways. Shit. You know, it's easy to be in poverty. It's hard not to be here. You say, shit, you gotta work like 40 hours and some to not be in poverty unless you got like a good job, like a real good job. Shit's crazy out here.
living off Section 8 vouchers are living in poverty-stricken environments filled with crime, drugs, alcohol, and bad education.
Who the hell is
Alcohol,
that?
drugs, and bad education. Sounds like a tough life. So you, Miss Single Mother, are now going to raise your child, 1, in poverty, 2, around alcohol and drugs, 3, in bad schools, and you could have avoided all of this by doing what? See, what you
Yeah, sounds like a shitty mama.
ladies love to do is sit around and complain and blame people for your terrible decisions. Oh, we're in poverty. We're on Section 8, bad schools. And okay, but guess what? There are good schools also on the other side of town, but you can't afford to live there. Why? Because you chose to have a whole bunch of babies out of wedlock, or you had those same babies with losers. Everybody say it with me, losers. You know, y'all ladies love having random babies with losers. Why? I don't know. It's crazy, but it is what it is.
A government assistance check, not even a child support check, is taking care of half of the expenses that comes when you have children.
Well, she says not even half of those expenses are covered by government assistance or child support. You think all of your expenses are supposed to be paid for? The only way you ladies can live a life where you don't have to pay no bills.
He's going to say it's with a man, probably.
This
What
is
the
your mix
hell?
in your room.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
As if you're married.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got to pay all the bills and depend on the government because you're not married. Sounds like it really sucks to be a single mother. So why do y'all keep being single mothers? Then a lot of y'all have 2-3 kids out of wedlock and then whining about your life being trash. What in the world? Aren't you a double single mother with multiple baby daddies?
Sweet Jesus, he gonna just keep on going at her.
How did you get to the second one if you're in poverty and poverty-stricken areas? Why did you do it again?
Tired of black men trying to make it seem like majority of black women are that ignorant.
Sorry, but just listening to everything you're saying, you are making it look like a lot of black women are ignorant. Not me.
A lot of black women are ignorant. Coming from the motherfucker who faked their death.
Because if you just rewind everything she said, you're going to be like, oh my God, poverty-stricken environments, terrible schools, drugs and alcohol, multiple baby daddies. I think you're doing a pretty good job at that. We black men don't really need to do nothing. We just need to sit back and just watch your life turn into crap.
I get $264 a month garnished from my son's father's pay.
So if you're only getting $264 a month garnished from your baby daddy's pay, wouldn't that mean he's a loser? And wouldn't that mean that you are a loser chooser, a pookie picker, or both? I don't know. Because why is it being garnished?
Or he owns a business and it's not in his name. It could be that. And she can't touch it. It could be that.
Garnished from his pay. That means he's not paying on his own. I've never had any wages garnished, so I don't know. But I could only assume that garnishment means you are not wanting to pay somebody some money. And if you don't want to pay somebody, especially your child, $300 a month, $264 a month, you most likely are a loser, right? So back to the question, are you a
Not really true.
loser chooser or are you a pookie picker or both?
When I filed for government assistance because my son's father left me to die in a damn hotel.
Why were you in a hotel? You didn't have anywhere to live? So not only did you have a baby by a loser, you had a baby and you were living in a hotel? See, forget
He's right, man. This story just gets worse and worse.
about the man, right? He left me to do. You are a grown woman. Why are you in a hotel in the first place? The only time I go to a hotel is when I go out of town or I'm doing an event or, you know, something, but you're in a hotel with a newborn baby? What? So I can only assume, because I don't know, you were living in a hotel and not visiting a hotel. Yo, is this your life or are you reading a horror movie? Why don't you get your life together so you won't have to worry about living in hotels and poverty-stricken areas and drugs and alcohol? What in the world? What is going on with your life? Just stop everything for a second and look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, what has happened to me?
Some of us was out here planning to be married. Some of us was out here planning to be married. Some of us was out here planning to be married.
Some of us were planning on getting married. Well, guess what? How about you plan better without having a
That was funny. You should just plan better. He was right.
baby while you're planning on getting married?
To all the men out here that think that single mothers are the problem or single mothers are doing all of this.
Oh man, that was funny. Damn. Shit.
Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, baby.